Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Dan Deary, proudly serving the Cedar Valley for 3 generations.
Welcome to Panther Sports Talk. The UNI men's basketball team knew what they had to do. 4 games, 4 days to win the tournament and get the auto bid. Coach, I knew that you would. Panther Nation believed you did. The unexpected, and it's never been done before. Talk about just reflecting on what this team accomplished down in St. Louis.
Yeah, you have to believe, right? And we talked about that. I talked about that with the team, a little bit, and it's something that, as guys are with our program and around me, like, you have to believe in, that it's going to happen before it does, right? That's the only way to do big things. And it just going into the Drake game, and the mentality that we played with coming off those 2 tough losses, you could feel it. Yeah. Like it was. I said it yesterday a couple of times. After the championship game, that somebody was going to have to play really well, and the teams that we played did. Evansville played well. Illinois State had a couple of stretches. We were able to get out ahead of them, but Bradley sure did, especially in that second half. And UIC, we played great, and they found a way to keep it close. Like they, give them a lot of credit. They were terrific, but when that's why somebody was going to have to play really well to beat us. Just being around the guys. Okay? Again, Drake game, and then going down there, just the feel around the team was, we were going to play well, right? And then just, you could talk about a number of different individual plays, Eric, but guys made a lot of plays at important times, right? And that's a credit to the guys.
You had to win the first game to advance. Just talk about what it went into that win against Evansville and just how important that whole team mentality was to pull out that first round victory.
Yeah, well, there's a couple things with that game. Evansville had played the best that they had all year long in the last 3 weeks, right? And that's, as coaches, even more so than the players, like the players see some film and they get the scouting report, but as coaches, you watch a lot of film, right? And so what Evansville was doing, they just beat Valpo. They had a really good game with Southern. 2 teams that Southern had won 4 in a row, had just beat us here. Valpo had a terrific season, and Evansville had just beat one of them and about beat the other one. So they were playing great basketball, right? So you've got that piece of it. Sometimes when you don't have the same option as we do to watch all the film, you think, they finished last, and they only won a couple games, like this is going to be easy. Well, I'm watching this film thinking, So they played well, but they had been doing that for about 3 weeks. So the guys in that one, we just had to stay with it long enough. Right? That wasn't one where we just got way out like we did the previous 2 times that we played them. So again, I give her in a different way, our guys the determination just to stay with it and not get rattled by the game being close. Right? Was impressive.
Illinois State, you had just played them so recently here, but really jumped on them quick, and I felt like that was important in that victory.
Well, it was, and I could feel it. It wasn't something that we talked about necessarily, but our guys were not over the loss here from 10, 12 days earlier. Like, I just felt like, not sure what's going to happen, but we are going to we're going to play with a little bit of an edge, and it's going to be a physical game. And Illinois State played hard, and they worked at some different things to try to really get going. And our guys just weren't going to let them. Okay? We just kept getting in their way.
And then Bradley, and just the number of matchups you've had with them over the years with so much on the line. It almost felt like that could be the championship game. What really stuck out from the Panthers' performance to get you to the title game with that win over the Braves?
Yeah, so in this one, the adversity, if you will, it came in the middle of the second half. Yeah. Right? We had another first half. We came out, we played great, had a nice lead. They went to the press in the zone, so now the game changes. The flow of the game changes, right? It's either going to go to 25 or it's going to get under 10. Right? If it goes to 25, then we're okay, right? In terms of that game being done. When it gets under 10, you got that challenge again, and that's again where the guys just put their foot in the ground and said, we're going to have to figure out how to play against this press and how to play against this zone and get some baskets and get a couple stops, and as we saw, they did in that one.
Awesome determination. We'll talk about some individual awards for the UNI men's basketball team and more with Coach Jake as we recap the Arch Madness victory and the title. here on Panther Sports Talk.